and welcome back to the next video in this extended series of videos released in succession, providing a full read-through of every witness statement from the UK trial between Johnny Depp and NGN. I hope you find this series informative, and here we go. John Christopher Depp II and News Group Newspapers and Dan Wootton. First witness statement of Travis McGivern. I, Travis McGivern of California, will say as follows. I have worked as a security guard for the claimant John Christopher Depp II for almost 7 years, from March 2013 onwards. I work for him chiefly in Los Angeles, where I am based, although I have occasionally travelled with him. I have worked in the security and personal protection industry since late 2005. Unless stated otherwise, the facts and matters referred to in this witness statement are within my own knowledge and are true to the best of my knowledge, information and belief based on sources stated within this witness statement. I make this witness statement in support of the claimant's claim in these proceedings. I do not know the details of the claimant's claims against the defendants, but I have read paragraphs 131 to 134 of Amber Heard's first witness statement dated 15th of December 2019 and paragraphs 57 to 64 of Whitney Enrique's witness statement dated 12th of December 2019. I make this witness statement in response to those paragraphs. It is alleged at paragraphs 131 to 134 of Ms. Heard's first witness statement and at paragraphs 57 to 64 of Ms. Enrique's statement that there was an incident in March 2015 where Ms. Heard and Mr. Depp had an argument in the presence of Heard's sister, Ms. Enrique, and members of Mr. Depp's team. I believe that Ms. Heard is referring to an incident at which I was present. I have set out my recollection below. On March 23, 2015, I was working a security shift at Mr. Depp's residence at 849 South Broadway, Los Angeles, where Mr. Depp was also staying at the time. At some time between 4 to 6 a.m., Mr. Depp contacted me and asked me to come up to Penthouse 5, which is the penthouse he owns in the building adjacent to his principal home in Penthouse 3. He also asked me to bring a nurse who works for Mr. Depp called Debbie Lloyd. I do not recall him specifying why he wanted Nurse Lloyd to come. When Miss Lloyd and I entered the residence, Ms. Heard and Mr. Depp were having a verbal argument. Ms. Heard's sister was also present. I cannot recall the specifics of what was being said, but there was a lot of shouting mixed in with some moments of calmer communication. This argument lasted approximately 60 to 90 minutes. When I arrived at Penthouse 5, I initially stood just outside the apartment with the door open in order to give Miss Heard and Mr. Depp their space. When the argument got louder and more intense, I entered the apartment and stood in their general vicinity without intervening. At some point, approximately 30 to 45 minutes after my arrival, Ms. Heard threw a full can of Red Bull that hit Mr. Depp in his back. I note that Ms. Enrique states at paragraph 61 of her witness statement that it was Mr. Depp who threw a Red Bull can at us and that allegedly hit Ms. Lloyd. This did not happen. After Ms. Heard threw a can of Red Bull, I recognized that Ms. Heard had access to a variety of other items that she could throw from her position. I therefore moved next to Mr. Depp to ensure that he would not get hit by anything else. At this point, Ms. Heard was standing on the landing above Mr. Depp, and I witnessed her spit on Mr. Depp from above. Ms. Heard also tried to throw her purse at Mr. Depp, but I deflected it mid-air. Approximately 10 minutes before we left, I witnessed Ms. Heard punch Mr. Depp in the eye with a closed fist. Ms. Heard and Ms. Enrique then left Penthouse 5. Ms. Lloyd then engaged in conversation with Mr. Depp and persuaded him that we should leave. We then went to the vehicle with Mr. Depp. It is alleged at paragraph 132 of Ms. Heard's first witness statement that Mr. Depp pushed Ms. Enrique out of the way so that he could reach Ms. Heard. This did not happen, and at no point did Mr. Depp push Ms. Enrique. I further understand that it is alleged in the same paragraph that Mr. Depp hit her repeatedly with one hand whilst holding her hair with the other, and that Mr. Depp's security had to step in to separate them. Once again, this did not happen, and at no point did Mr. Depp hit Ms. Heard. I believe that the facts stated in this witness statement are true. Signed, Travis McGivern, 25th of February 2020.